And it's time. It's time for her to want a baby. And she wants to breed with that big old Kelce boy. Of course she does. Of course she does. They're both tall.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's love life is basically a roller coaster that won't quit. First up, Swifties went full-on keyboard warriors after Donna Kelce reposted a reel joking about Taylor's uterus aching for a Kelce baby. And yes, the internet roasted her. And then, Matty Healy's fiancée Gabbriette decided to toss a subtle shade at Taylor just days after the engagement, sending fans into full-on detective mode. Next, Travis Kelce shocked everyone by flexing his physics knowledge, proving he can calculate force. Meanwhile, Taylor shook up her friend list by stepping down as godmother to Blake Lively's kids. Insider scoops reveal the couple's $1.67 billion prenup and a jaw-dropping wedding estimated at over $8 million. Here comes Donna Kelce with a plot twist nobody asked for. The NFL mom reposted a comedy reel that basically joked about Taylor's uterus aching to crank out a Kelce baby. And let's just say the internet did not find it cute. Swifties swarmed faster than you can say Eras Tour merch drop, calling the post invasive, unnecessary, and honestly, weird AF. Here's the deal. The reel started with comedian Leanne Morgan doing her whole "it's time for a baby" bit, clearly meant for laughs, but Donna hitting that repost button? Yeah, it came across less like comedy and more like she was nudging Taylor toward the nearest nursery.
Her uterus is aching. I know it is. Her uterus is aching. And she wants a baby. She wants a baby.
And considering Taylor literally just got engaged, her fans are basically screaming. Can the girl breathe before someone hands her a diaper bag? It's not just about the joke, it's the whole vibe. Swifties feel like Donna just stepped into that stereotype of the overexcited future MIL who's ready to fast forward straight from the proposal to gender reveal balloons. And if there's one thing Taylor's fans are good at, it's forming a human shield around her personal boundaries. And honestly, this isn't the Kelce fam's first rodeo with oversharing. Travis's dad Ed already spilled the tea about the engagement timeline, even suggesting Taylor was getting antsy waiting for the proposal. Cute? Maybe. A little too TMI? Definitely.
You know, the perfect way to ask her and to make it special. And we kept trying to tell him, when you do it, that's what makes it special. So don't fret on where, or just get it done. It was a couple weeks ago the Travis got it done after a few weeks of prodding from myself and from Scott Swift.
These parents are acting like they've got their own spin-off series called Keeping Up with the Kelces. Speaking of drama swirling around love lives, Taylor's engagement to Travis wasn't even cold in the headlines before Matty Healy's fiancée Gabbriette decided to drop a little shade that had Swifties clutching their pearls. The model apparently responded to a now-deleted parody video poking fun at Taylor's unreleased album The Life of a Showgirl, which riffed on tracks like Eldest Daughter, basically a cheeky, look at this diva's next move vibe. Gabbriette chimed in joking, or maybe not so joking, about Taylor recording another track, actually romantic, and immediately Swifties went into full detective mode. The comment read like a playful jab to some, but to the Swift army, it was basically tossing a glittery gauntlet in Taylor's direction. Fans immediately swarmed, dissecting Gabbriette's intentions like it was a crime scene, arguing that the timing, just days after the Kelce engagement, was awkward, unnecessary, and slightly spicy in the Family Feud sense. And of course, the backstory makes it messier. Matty Healy briefly dated Taylor back in 2023, right after her split with Joe Alwyn, which inspired a handful of songs on the Tortured Poets department. Tracks like Fresh Out the Slammer and The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived have fans speculating endlessly about who's who, even if Taylor herself has stayed mum. Adding fuel to the fire, insiders note that Matty and Gabbriette's relationship has been steady. They got engaged in 2024 after being spotted together in New York a year prior. So this playful nudge at Taylor, coming from someone so closely tied to her past, was basically tossing a tiny grenade into an already charged fan base. Social media exploded with threads debating whether it was innocent banter or a sly swipe, proving once again that nothing in celebrity land happens in isolation. Just as Swifties were untangling the Gabbriette drama, Travis decided to drop his own kind of bombshell. Turns out he doesn't just catch touchdowns, he catches physics concepts too. Fans were left blinking at their screens when a video of isn't just about muscle and sweat, it's also about Newton's laws. Travis, standing at the front like a dad-teacher hybrid, kicked off with the first law of motion, and let's be real, seeing 300-pound athletes talking inertia is like watching Godzilla in a... He didn't stop there. Moving on to the second law, Kelce flexed his physics muscles, breaking down force, mass, and acceleration in terms his teammates could visualize while steamrolling past linebackers. "We always have force in our back pocket," insiders say he joked, basically declaring that the Chiefs' secret weapon isn't just talent, it's applied pocket. Then he replayed an actual game moment, showing how physics made him snag the ball like a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat, leaving everyone in the room, teammates and fans, half amazed, half convinced he could start a side hustle as a college. Social media had a field day. Some were genuinely shook, like, wait, Travis Kelce can't read? Nah, he's basically a physics professor at this point. Others were more sarcastic, pretending to be shocked he's smart, while a few swooned over his soothing lecturing voice and called him the most educated tight end in history. Predictably, fans also started forecasting Kelce's Swift offspring to be mini Einsteins. Because if the NFL's big brain meets pop royalty, what else do you expect? Meanwhile, Taylor Swift decided to shake up her own friend roster in a way that's making headlines faster than a Taylor lyric drops on social media. She's seriously considering stepping down as godmother to Blake Lively's kids, turning what was once one of her tightest friendships into a full-blown do not disturb situation. Apparently, the pop superstar isn't just setting boundaries, she's drawing a neon line around them with a ruler and maybe even a lawyer on speed dial. Insiders say Taylor feels like the friendship has been on life support for months, ever since she got dragged into Blake's messy legal drama with Justin Baldoni. Any attempts by Blake to reconnect, texts, voicemails, emails, have been met with the ultimate social media shrug: ignored. Taylor's engagement to Travis seems to have been the tipping point. While other pals, from supermodels to estranged former allies, flooded her with congrats, Blake stayed radio silent, which apparently stung even a pop icon used to constant fan love and public celebration. Friends note that Taylor isn't just canceling a title, she's reclaiming her personal space. Being godmother to James, Inez, and Betty was once a badge of honor, especially since their names inspired characters on folklore, but now insiders say it's more like a reminder of obligations she no longer wants dangling over her head. Taylor wants the separation to be crystal clear, maybe even formally delivered, to make sure there's zero confusion about where she stands. This isn't some petty birthday slap or minor spat. It's a complete reboot of a personal connection that used to be front and center in her so-called girl squad. Sources reveal that Taylor's engagement has highlighted just how distant the two have grown. At one point, Blake would have been at the heart of every wedding plan speculation. Now, she's not even in the frame. And while Taylor was busy trimming her friend list and reclaiming godmother duties like a CEO of personal boundaries, the couple's accountants were quietly sharpening their pencils because, yes, even fairy tale pop NFL romances come with paperwork, and in this case, it's $1 billion kind of paperwork. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are diving into a prenup that's basically a novel, because when you're stacking up $1.67 billion between the two of you, you want to make sure everyone's intentions are crystal clear. According to financial sleuths, the prenup is classic celebrity style. Whatever you bring in stays yours. That means Taylor keeps her roughly $1.6 billion empire of streaming royalties, merch, and touring revenue, while Travis holds on to his comparatively humble, but still impressive, $70 million football fortune. The details get trickier depending on where they set up house. California, for instance, doesn't mess around with splitting assets. It's basically the let's cut this pie in half, no drama state. For the Kelce-Swift combo, that could mean the prenup reads like a playbook, but instead of roots and formations, it's clauses and contingencies. Insiders note that even though Taylor dominates the bank account scoreboard, Kelce isn't exactly penniless. His NFL career, endorsements, and side hustles give him a respectable slice of the pie. Still, compared to Jay-Z and Beyoncé levels, the duo are just warming up in the celebrity wealth Olympics. Meanwhile, the couple's long-distance status adds another twist. Taylor's preparing for the album drop of The Life of a Showgirl, keeping her creative juices flowing, while Travis is reportedly grinding to redeem a couple of shaky performances from the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. Fans joke that unless Kelce shows up on the field with the same precision he shows on Instagram and in prenup negotiations, he might need to treat this engagement like a final season finale, go out with style, or risk a legacy draft bust. And just as Taylor and Travis were crunching prenup numbers like Wall Street analysts on espresso shots, the thought of actually throwing a wedding came into play, and the soon-to-be newlyweds aren't holding back. Their big day could hit a jaw-dropping $8.6 million, roughly 400,000 times the cost of your average UK wedding. But don't get it twisted, this isn't a Vegas elopement. Taylor wants something intimate and meaningful with around 100 of their nearest and dearest instead of a festival crowd. Now, wardrobe. Taylor's dress? Oscar de la Renta or Versace, $100,000 to $500,000. The ring game isn't slacking either. That 8-carat diamond Travis helped design could easily top $1 million. Their wedding bands could continue the bling, $50,000 to $300,000 for the pair. Basically, fingers set to steal the spotlight. Flowers and decor are another headline maker. Engagement florals already ran $18,000 to $25,000. Wedding blooms could hit $30,000 to $40,000, plus custom signage and storytelling touches. Venue? Taylor might return to Pine Ridge Farm or rent out Arrowhead Stadium for $200,000 to $500,000, field and stands included. Entertainment? Expect close friends like Selena Gomez or Sabrina Carpenter, who would cost $250,000 to $6 million. A bigger pre- or post-wedding bash could mean 200 to 300 guests, million-dollar estates, floral installations topping $150,000, multi-performer lineups, and high-end catering. Basically, Taylor and Travis are planning a wedding that's part romance, part economic stimulus package. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.